As we round out the year and are looking ahead to 2025, we've been sitting down with leaders from counties across Central Texas. And today we're taking you about an hour north and a little east of Austin to Lampasas.
And joining us this morning, Lampasas County Judge Randall Hoyer. Randy, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
You bet. Avery and Will, thank you for the opportunity to be with you guys. Anytime I get a chance to talk about Lampasas County, I like to promote it. Love being there, and it's a wonderful place.
Yeah, we're glad you made the drive all the way here to do this interview for us. So in a general sense, what would you say are some of the top priorities for your area going into the new year?
Well, water. I'm sure that's a common statement anywhere in Central Texas. Water is a huge issue, especially with the growth and development that we're having throughout that area. More and more people, just the demand for water. It's significantly impacting us, along with other infrastructure, roads and bridges and things of that nature. But water is the key.
Number one on that list.
Absolutely.
We know the Commissioners Court actually just voted to support the creation of what's called the Central Texas Water Alliance. So explain what that is for people and what are some of the next steps in that process?
Well, it's a project that we're looking at joining with Bell County. Is really the lead on this right now, but it's all the surrounding counties around Bell County or adjacent to Bell County. And we're looking in the future is what we're looking to try to do is create more or less a regional water alliance or regional water authority to be eligible for larger federal grants possibly, to be able to acquire water rights down the road, whether it's 30 or 40 or 50 years from now right now. We don't know really what this looks like yet. It still has to be approved by the state legislature. And then there has to be bylaws, some governance made with it, a board of directors appointed. On the preliminary right now, it is not looking to be a taxing authority, but it would be able to possibly issue bond and debt for infrastructure, water lines. The bottom line is water, water, water. Well, where does water come from? As Freddie was saying a while ago, we talked about rain and we need more rain, but it appears that we have been in more of a drought situation. The water's got to come from somewhere, whether that's down at the coast through desalinization and then piping it up here, or take a pattern off of oil companies. There's huge oil pipelines running from Alaska. We could do the same thing from these northern states, Minnesota and places like that, just have an abundance of water. But we got to get the water here.
Yeah, and you mentioned that the county commission voted on this in particular, but will you all have to do much work convincing the state legislature to let you do this and move forward with it?
I don't anticipate that.
Okay.
Representative Brad Buckley from Bell County is taking the lead. He's going to probably author the bill. I don't see that being an issue or a problem at all.
Okay, well, we'll track that for sure too. But as we're talking about growth, particularly in your area, how else are you and county leaders hoping to head that off or get ready for it?
Well, subdivision development is a huge thing. We are a rural county, predominantly agriculture, livestock, ranching. And what we are seeing over the years is these large ranches are being subdivided because grandparents who used to farm and ranch it, they're gone. The parents maybe a little bit, the grandkids, they're not. And unfortunately what is happening is they're being subdivided into small acreage. We're losing a lot of the livestock, but every time this happens, there's more demand on water, whether it's in wells or coming in from the co-ops and things like that.
Contributing to the problem you started out talking about, so lots to watch, especially as all of our Central Texas counties grow. I know a big piece of this for you is growing but not losing your history. You all are actually trying to undertake a pretty big renovation to the county courthouse. So talk about that and what are you hoping to accomplish with some of those upgrades?
Well, if you've never been to Lampasas County and the city of Lampasas, that's the county seat, our courthouse is the third oldest in the state of Texas that is still in operation. It was constructed in 1883, so it's a little over 140 years old. Over the years, in 2000, through the Texas Historical Commission, there was a major renovation to restore the courthouse. and it's beautiful. And what we're looking at right now, about 20 years later, we're looking to do some repairs and some improvements, primarily to doors and windows and things like that right there. But it will continually be restored to that historical era like that right there. One of the neat comments I make is a lot of times we have visiting attorneys that come in from the urban areas, the Metroplex or Austin or San Antonio.
Right.
And when they get to the courtroom, the district courtroom upstairs, it is magnificent. And they look around in awe and they said, wow, this is where practicing law was supposed to be. But you know what else they say? How nice it is to find a parking place and not have to pay for it.
There is something beautiful about that.
Yeah, right. We can all
We can definitely
appreciate
do
that.
with that. Yeah. Well, I wish we could continue our conversation, but I think that we'll end our conversation there. But we appreciate you taking all this time to drive down here, sit down with us, and talk a little bit more about your county.
Well, Avery, thank you so much.
Yeah, Lampasas County Judge Randall Hoyer, we appreciate it as always. And we'll be right back after this.